How you feeling, Paddy?
I feel amazing. I do. I've never felt this good going into a fight, and it's going to be a spectacular night come Saturday night.
I thought you were going to say there's no maybe. This is done. This is written in the stars.
It's happening. So I've already visualised it all. I know what's going to happen. I'm gonna be leaving the arena with
Paddy the Baddy being the favorite. I'm well aware that Paddy the Baddy can beat Justin Gaethje, but certainly you must be well aware that Justin Gaethje can beat Paddy the Baddy, because 2-1 doesn't sound that way. Even money sounds that way. -115 to +110. That sounds like you understand that this guy can win, but so can this guy. 2-1 sounds like you're pretty confident in who's gonna come out on top. If Paddy is to beat Justin Gaethje, tell me if this statement is true. If Paddy is to beat Justin Gaethje, Paddy must submit Justin Gaethje. Is that true? If Paddy is to beat Justin Gaethje, Paddy must take Justin Gaethje down. Is that statement true? If Paddy is to beat Justin Gaethje, they must spend more time on the ground than they spend on their feet. Is that statement true? Are any of
decision win? I'll say Paddy Pimblett for the win. But I'm gonna leave you with this. Remember, going in for yourselves. Remember, gamble responsibly. If you're gonna remember, can he? I'm not sure if he can do that for the 5 rounds. Does Gaethje's got having Whitman in his corner. He's got a good team. He knows how to set up some things. Can he eventually cut him off with a...
So this Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett clash just dropped, and the MMA world is buzzing with hot takes. You've got Paddy's cocky swagger going head-to-head with Gaethje's brutal finishing power. Fight analysts are already picking sides, and everyone knows this bout could completely flip how we see both these guys moving forward. Time to dive deep.
Gaethje get it done. I'd love to see Justin Gaethje with the belt. He deserves it. Orthodox boxer, it's definitely possible. I'm still sitting with my percentages here. I'm still sitting with, I think, about 40% towards Justin Gaethje, about 60%.
Dana White sees something familiar brewing with Paddy Pimblett's meteoric climb. That same cocktail of swagger, unshakable belief, and everyone writing you off before you even step in there. Dana's watching a guy who keeps getting fed to wolves, but somehow walks out having flipped the entire script. Sound familiar? It's giving him serious flashbacks to when nobody believed in Conor McGregor either.
Are you surprised that Paddy is at this level? We knew he was a fan favorite, the fans loved him, all that, but did you think that he was a championship level fighter? Well, or did something change?
He reminds me of the Conor McGregor story, because came in with this great personality,
Yeah.
they were always overlooked. Every time they fought, everybody believed that they were going to lose. I mean, Paddy has been that guy more so than Conor McGregor. And obviously, this is a huge test for him. And, Gaethje's been wanting a shot at the title again, so.
Now he's got it.
Here we go.
Right. Yeah, I think it was after the Chandler fight that I said, God damn, this guy is the real deal. He's not with Paddy. Obviously, they both fought
every time
Chandler.
he fights, he's the underdog, and people think he's going to lose.
Here's where things get weird, according to Michael Bisping. A Gaethje victory makes him the only fighter ever to hold 2 separate interim titles in UFC history. Meanwhile, if Paddy takes it, that's just another interim belt getting thrown around in lightweight, where we've already got way too many floating around. Bisping's shaking his head because this interim madness isn't just lightweight anymore. Look what happened with heavyweight recently.
If Justin Gaethje wins this weekend, he will be the first ever 2-time interim UFC champion. If Paddy wins, he will be the 4th interim champion in the lightweight division, which is absolutely insane. 4 interim champs in one division. But interim titles, obviously, they're not just exclusive to the lightweight division. We all know what happened.
Chael Sonnen dropped some serious perspective on what's really at stake here. Paddy keeps winning, and suddenly he's staring down monsters like Ilia Topuria and Arman Tsarukyan. The timeline doesn't matter. Those fights are coming. But flip the script and Gaethje loses. Now we're asking questions nobody wants to voice. Does Justin walk away from the sport entirely? Chael went there because Justin's been crystal clear for years that this could be his final shot at gold.
Right, I mean, this could turn into Paddy the Baddy versus Tsarukyan. Could turn into Paddy the Baddy versus Tsarukyan, and then Paddy the Baddy versus Ilia Topuria. if Paddy keeps winning, it is more likely than not to be both of those guys. The only thing that we're going to fight over is the order. Meanwhile, if Justin Gaethje gets beat, is he going to fight again? That's an interesting question, too, that nobody's talking about. Justin Gaethje said before this fight, give me this fight. And by this fight, all he was talking about was the title. Justin Gaethje, I don't think had his sights set on Paddy the Baddy, but it didn't matter. I think his sights were set on Ilia Topuria, understanding that could turn into Arman Tsarukyan. But Justin Gaethje was very vocal to say, give me a title fight or give me my walking papers. Let me go. I'm not going to go fight somewhere else. I'm just not going to fight. World title fight or nobody. Justin Gaethje was very open to say this. Generally, that would bother us, the audience, but it didn't.
Tim Welch cut straight to the heart of the danger in this matchup. Both guys can end it with one clean shot, but Welch focused on something specific about Paddy's aggressive entries. When he blitzes forward, that chin comes up and creates openings. Easier said than done. But if anyone has the patience and precision to time a perfect counter, it's Gaethje working under Trevor Whitman's system.
Just Paddy Pimblett was talking about, I know his only way to beat me is to hit me with a left hook and hit me with a right hand.
The only way I can see me getting beat is a big right hand or left hook catching me clean. But Scousers don't get knocked out, lads, so that's not going to be happening, is it?
So they're aware of that. When Paddy Pimblett sprints forward in his blitzes, his chin is above the shoulders. He's sprinting forward. Easier said than done, sitting back with a left hook or planting and throw a right hand. If anyone's going to counterpunch and crack Paddy Pimblett on his Scouser jaw, it's going to be Justin Gaethje. If anyone can do it. Trained by the great Trevor.
That grinding war scenario keeps coming up in breakdowns. If this thing stays on the feet with Paddy, willing to trade leather in the pocket against Gaethje, every exchange becomes a potential fight ender. The deeper it goes, the more opportunities open up for Justin to connect with something devastating. Not easy to execute, but that's exactly where the real threat exists.
They can do a dogfight, and this Paddy Pimblett fight's going to turn into a dogfight. I know it is. The longer it's on the feet, the longer Paddy Pimblett's sitting in the pocket, trading with Justin Gaethje, the chances open up for him. The chances open up for him to chin Paddy Pimblett.
Alexander Volkanovski brought serious credibility to Team Paddy, though. He's done doubting the kid after getting proved wrong repeatedly. Recent fights showed Volk that Paddy's developed legitimate strategy, clean footwork, and excellent distance control, exactly what you need against Gaethje's relentless attacks. Success means controlling space, moving with intelligence, timing clinch entries perfectly, and landing meaningful strikes while putting together everything he's absorbed from previous battles.
Who am I going with this one? Now, fan of both guys. I've bet against, not bet against, I've picked against Paddy Pimblett a few times, right? I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to stop doing that, and not only because he's proved me wrong so many times, but in his last couple of fights, I've seen great strategy, footwork, distance management, good understanding of danger, the danger threat, and having the right options or the right strategy around dealing with that. He's shown me that in his last couple of fights. So, yeah, so I think and he's going to need that. Against a Gaethje, you're going to need to be able to know how to stay out of danger, know the range, know the movement, find the right times to clinch up, find the right times to, whether land your teeps, land your kicks, land your jabs.
Volk made his position clear by backing Paddy Pimblett straight up. The guy keeps making him look foolish for doubting and shows he can stick to smart game plans when it matters. Early rounds should be tactical, not explosive, just controlled and effective fighting. Whether Paddy maintains that discipline across 25 minutes stays questionable, but Volk's leaning toward a decision victory for Paddy with submission possibilities if openings present themselves.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. But I'm going to go with Paddy. I'm going to go with Paddy because, like I said, I'm tired of picking against him. He's proved me wrong many times, and he's shown me he can work a game plan. I just I think you see what I'm saying in them earlier rounds. You'll see what I'm saying. You're going to be sort of, like, oh, he's playing safe. He's not going to do anything incredible. They're not going to be massive rounds with him, massive damage. I don't see that at all. I see just him staying safe enough and winning them rounds. But does he do that for 5 rounds? Let's see. So there's my details. So I'm picking Paddy. I'm going to pick Paddy. Decision win. Maybe he gets a decision. Could get a submission. Could happen. Decision win, I'll say. Paddy Pimblett.
Josh Thompson fired back hard for Team Gaethje, though. Those takedown numbers don't lie. Paddy's hitting under 26% success rate, so missing early attempts makes everything exponentially harder. Standing and trading with Gaethje's pressure cooker style just amplifies the difficulty. Thompson thinks Justin absolutely thrives in these do-or-die scenarios. It's the exact environment where he's dominated elite competition and stayed ranked at the division's peak for years.
I just don't see Justin Gaethje losing to him. When this fight was first announced, I was like, oh, Paddy's gonna get the takedown, Paddy's gonna do this, Paddy's gonna do that. But then I started thinking to myself, if he doesn't get the takedown, his takedown ratio, I believe, is it's less than 26% or something. So every time if he does miss a takedown, every time he misses a takedown, it's gonna get more difficult for him to get one. That's one. 2 is on the feet with the pressure, it's not gonna be good. Not gonna be good. So I'm going to go with Justin Gaethje. I believe that Justin knows it's all or nothing right now. That maybe that puts a lot of pressure on him to perform. Maybe that puts a lot of pressure on him to win this fight. But it's no different than any other fight that Justin Gaethje's ever been part of. He's been in the top 3 rankings, I believe, or top 3 or 4 in the last 4 years, 5 years straight.
Thompson added that Gaethje's resume speaks volumes about handling Paddy's style. Elite strikers like Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier, world-class grapplers like Charles Oliveira, Justin's seen it all and conquered most of it. He questions whether Paddy even secures takedowns and believes Justin's strength gets him upright immediately regardless. Plus, those brutal weight cuts might catch up with Paddy after early rounds, creating an opening for Gaethje to take over late.
There's not one thing that Paddy Pimblett does that there's a guy that Justin Gaethje has fought that he hasn't done. So I mean, look, Rafael Fiziev, Max Holloway, predominantly strikers. Dustin Poirier, predominantly striker. Fiziev again, Charles Oliveira, the best jiu-jitsu guy in the sport. I mean, most people would argue it, but I think he believes he's got the most submissions in the sport, in UFC history. And he couldn't get it done. Or he did get it done. I was looking at it the other way around. He got it done. I just don't think that he'll be able to I don't think that Paddy Pimblett's going to be able to get Justin Gaethje down. If he does, I think that Gaethje will be able to survive and get himself back to his feet. Gaethje's a big boy for 155 pounds. So is Paddy, though. But where I think if Justin Gaethje can get through the first, second round, if he can survive the first, second round, I think Paddy cuts too much weight. Doesn't keep his weight down in between camps. And I believe that it ends up being one of those situations where you start to see Paddy's.
Demetrius Johnson praised how dialed in Paddy looks regardless of opponent, whether it's Chandler, Green, or Ferguson. Paddy enters looking sharp, prepared, and physically pristine. Johnson loves those fluid transitions, slick submissions, and creative grappling sequences. His theory says if Paddy stays disciplined, manages range effectively, mixes in body attacks, and leans into his ground game, he possesses the tools to neutralize Gaethje's power while controlling fight tempo.
Getting a lot of aches and bruises on where Paddy comes and fights, he's always fresh. When he fought Michael Chandler, when he fought Bobby Green, when he fought Tony Ferguson, he's always fresh as fuck. He's getting the work in the gym, but he's always fresh. And I think we're going to see a fresh Paddy Pimblett go out there and just be able to take out Justin Gaethje. I just love Paddy Pimblett when he's able to, oh, mate, you're going to push me to this cage, hey? Boom, there's a body, there's a flying triangle. Oh, you slam me? Oh, there's an arm bar. His transitioning on his back and his grappling, what he did to Michael Chandler, was absolutely beautiful. How he submitted Bobby Green, just beautiful technique. And I think Justin Gaethje just loves to stand and be, he loves to knock people out, and he's been knocked out multiple times. And I just think if Paddy Pimblett is smart, go out there, stay outside the boy, throw body kicks, move around, and just really.
Kamaru Usman gave props to Gaethje's evolution beyond the wild brawler reputation. Training footage reveals methodical precision behind what looks like chaos in competition. There's genuine system and structure in those combinations crafted through endless hours with Trevor Whitman. Usman respects how Justin executes that blueprint under pressure and thinks legacy discussions remain wide open. He broke down the mental chess match brewing. Paddy knows exactly what threat Gaethje represents, which might create early hesitation, but if Justin doesn't establish dominance immediately, Paddy grows more dangerous as rounds progress, just like the Chandler fight showed. Gaethje needs calculated aggression, smart pressure application, and immediate impact from the opening bout. Despite all the hype surrounding Paddy, Usman's riding with Gaethje, Henry Cejudo acknowledged just how problematic this matchup could become for Gaethje. Paddy's triangle transition against Bobby Green was genuinely impressive and caught his attention. Victory keeps Justin on track for massive fights like Ilia Topuria, but Cejudo warned that defeat here carries massive consequences. Could legitimately be career-ending, considering how publicly Justin and his team have positioned this as his final championship run. Following that thread, Max Holloway zeroed in on the central question mark. Can Paddy absorb the punishment Gaethje delivers consistently? Previous fights proved Paddy's toughness, but Holloway emphasized that Gaethje's power exists on a completely different level. If Paddy weathers that storm, though, Holloway sees opportunities to catch Justin off guard, hurt him back, and potentially leverage grappling advantages, similar to what Charles Oliveira accomplished. So where do you stand on this war? Will Gaethje's relentless brutality overwhelm, or does Paddy's crafty unpredictability steal another one? Share your predictions below, and smash that subscribe button for more fight analysis and breakdown.